Everyone. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do coding, web programming using HTML and CSS. For this, I'm using this jsfiddle.net website. It's an online editor for HTML and CSS. The reason being, not everyone has a PC to work with, and then you may or may not have the software. So I decided to go with this online version. So just type in this address and then you'll be able to go in. You can sign up if you want to, but I don't think you have to. There is no requirement. So all HTML code will be written in this particular window. All CSS code will be written in this particular window, and you will see the result here. Okay, so there is a button called run here. When you click on that, this HTML and the CSS combined and rendered inside the result here, in the result window here. So I will show you how that works. Normally, if you were to write HTML and CSS, I can show you an example of how that looks really quick. Here's my lab 12 folder, and then I have a file called home.html and then mypet.html. Okay, so HTML files, you can use any editor. You can use even Notepad, or you can use one of the fancy ones that tells you if there is an error in your HTML. So this is a simple HTML file. So when you look at HTML, the starting is always going to be doc type HTML. It tells the browser that this file is an HTML file. So this language is called as a tag based language. So there are predetermined tags that have certain meaning. When your browser opens the same file, it will understand what these tags mean. So a tag is something that has the less than symbol and greater than symbol. All the content is enclosed within those two. Most of the HTML tags, when you open one, you have to close it. So you open one, you close the one. The head is opened here, the head is closed here. The body is opened here, the body is closed here. So this particular thing is called as a tag. They come in pairs usually with a couple exceptions. And in this particular demo, I'm only going to show you something very basic. So you don't have to worry too much about it. All HTML documents will have the HTML tag, and all the content will be within the HTML. Also, the other tag that's important is the head tag and body tag. The head tag doesn't mean header. The head tag is for example, for the search engines to know what your page is about. So it is called as the meta information. So the information that you put inside the head tags are not going to be meant for the users to see for the most part. Whatever you put inside the body tag is what we will be seeing on the web page. So if your web page should have a link, if it should have an image, all of that goes inside the body tag. Okay, so this is something to think about, just the basics of what the HTML format will be. So all HTML starts with the doc type HTML. It has to have the HTML tag, head and body tag. Okay, so if you create an HTML using Notepad, you double click on it and then open it in a browser. This is called rendering the HTML. So that my HTML code with all the tags gets rendered like this. Okay, so for our situation, we are going to be using the browser to do the same coding. So please follow along with what I have. So that's the first tag, doc type HTML. Then you say HTML tag. So see, the fiddle is automatically adding the closing tag for you. So I didn't even type that, it added it for me. When I say head, it automatically adds the end tag. So I'm just zooming so you can see better as to what I typed. Okay, so inside the head, we'll just add a title. This is going to be the title on the window where you open it. something like that. So inside the body, first let's give a title. So we want to actually have a title. Let's use the H1 header. The H1 tag will make the header really bold. Okay. So now that I have this kind of HTML done, go here on top left and click on the run. So this is what the content is all about. What I typed here, I see here. See, this extra one is because of this extra one I have. So I'm going to get rid of that. Run the code. So I only have the H1 tag in my page. I don't have any paragraph, nothing. So that's what I'm going to add right now. Let's add a paragraph. A paragraph is similar to a paragraph we write in a conversation or in a email. Just a paragraph is just some content. So I'm lazy, so I'm going to go and like get some content from somewhere. There's a really good website for it. It's called Lorem Ipsum. If you want dummy content, this is a great place to get that. Some dummy content. I'm just putting, you can copy from anywhere you want. So I just put some dummy content. I have 3 paragraphs here, so each paragraph has to end with the tag. So that's the first paragraph. So let me put the end tag there. Then I start another tag here for the second paragraph. You can copy some content just to fill your web page from wherever you want. If you just want to like do one line, that's okay too. Don't worry too much. I'm just going to run this and see what happens. So see here, all the content I copied comes here. Okay, so and you can see that there is the line break between the paragraphs. Okay, the next thing I want to, so I have a header, heading, H1. I have 3 paragraphs. What if I want to add a link? So a link is called as a tag. So this is the tag name. This is going to be a different link, different type of tag because it is going to have an attribute. The attribute is called as href. So here we have to say what is the link pointing to. So let us say we point to try C, and then you close the tag. So this is what the URL is, and then here you will say click here. Now let's run this code. So I hope you can see this. So this is what I did. This is called as a link. A link is the a tag. It has an attribute called href equal to, and this is the URL I want to point to when you click on this little text called click here. Let's run the code. So here, see, if you hover over in the bottom screen here, you can see what this URL is pointing to. Let me right click and say open link in new tab. So it opens up try C. So again, let me do that. Let me close this. So I go in here. If I click, it takes me to try C. Okay. So let's run the code one more time. That's my page. So I have a link here. I have 3 paragraphs. We want to add some styles to this particular page. So all the styles for this HTML will be done here in the CSS in this area. Okay. So we can assign styles to a tag, an element name. You can assign styles to a particular ID, because if you have 3 paragraphs and you want to apply the style only to one paragraph, you can identify that paragraph and apply styles for that. So first let's make the tag, the body tag. Let's say the background should be, is going to be light blue. So this is the CSS. It says anything that is inside the body tag should get a background color of light blue. It should set this entire page light blue. Let's run and see. There you go. All of that is light blue. Okay. So let us say the first paragraph has to have an ID called para1. Let's assign an ID and assign some styles to it here. So first, what I did was I went to the first paragraph and then I gave a space and I typed ID. So the attribute is called as ID and I assigned a name for it. So this paragraph is going to be called as para1. This paragraph is going to be called as para2. And this paragraph is going to be called para3. Okay, now I can assign special styles for each and every paragraph. Okay, now that we have the 3 paragraphs, if you want to assign a style to a specific paragraph, instead of saying P and applying the styles, you have to give the name of the paragraph. So that is para1. And then you have to put a pound in front so it knows, so the browser knows you're talking about a specific ID of a paragraph. Okay, so the color refers to the text color. So let us make it dark green. So only paragraph 1 will get dark green. Let's run this code. There you go. See, first paragraph got dark green. Second and third paragraph have the default color. Okay, let us make paragraph 2 have a background color. That's going to look hideous, but let's try. There you go. See, this guy got a background color of orange. Paragraph 3, we want to make font size as 12 pixel. Let's make it 8 pixels so we can see the difference. Let's run the code. There, this guy became really small. Okay, so that's what we normally do for like disclosures and copyrights and all that. This is just a demonstration so you can see how you can use styles to control what happens. For example, if we don't want this to be underlined, so you can go and say A, and then you can say text decoration none. Not text decoration none. There, see, there's no more underline. Even though this is a link, it's not underlined anymore. You can give a border for it. You can say the border is going to be 1 pixel or 3 pixel blue. Yeah, I meant to say border is, what's the thickness? Is it solid or not? And what color is it? So those are the 3 parameters. There we can see a border around it. If you want a little more padding around it, so you can say 5 pixel. Now let's run this. There's more room around the link. So there is a lot of CSS styles you can assign. I've just shown you a few. So now our web page says this is my first web page. There's a link. And then there are three different paragraphs that have three different styles. So let me take you one more time to the code. So this is my HTML. And then my CSS is here. Okay, so what I want you to do is I will give the details of the assignment in Blackboard. I just want you to like create your own website. Once you're done, I want you to go and copy all the HTML like so. Or if you can't copy, just make the screen bigger like this and take screenshots. That's okay too. You can take some screenshots of what the code you have. And then you can take screenshot of the CSS file. Take a screenshot of that and then show me how your web page looks. So you can move these things around and show me how your web page looks in the end. Okay. So I hope this helps using the online editor. I will put a copy of my HTML, my CSS, and my web page for you to take a look at. Thank you.